Alright guys, this is homework for section 1.5. Question 1 says write an equation to represent the least and greatest percentage for students who could be in a favor of year-round school and solve the equation. So if we're looking for favor, it's this percent, which is 32%. Now, it does say here that the error can be plus or minus 5%. So if we do that, our maximum would be 32 plus 5 is 37. And our minimum, 32 minus 5, is 27. Right? So our middle is 32. So that's what goes inside the absolute value, x minus 32. And then the distance that we went away from 32 was 5 on both sides. So that's what goes outside the absolute value, equals 5. Alright, now if we want to go ahead and solve this, all we have to do is just separate it into x minus 32 equals 5, and x minus 32 equals negative 5. We add 32 to both sides, add 32. 32 plus 5, and we end up with x equals 37. We add 32. Negative 5 plus 32, we end up with x equals 27, which is exactly our minimum and our maximum. Alright, number 2. A classmate claims that 1/3 of the student body is actually in favor of a year-round school. Does this conflict with the survey data? Explain. Now, 1/3 is approximately 33.33%, and we just said that our maximum was 37%, our minimum was 27%, and we collect the data for 32% in favor. Now, 33% is just around here, 33.33%. Now, it's still within our range of our error, so it's still perfectly fine. So, does it conflict with the data? No, it does not. And the reason for it is that 1/3 is approximately 32%. Alright, number 4. Oh, that's kind of weird. Skip from 2 to 4. Number 4. Your friend says that the absolute value equation, which is that, has no solution because the constant on the right side of the equation is negative. Is your friend correct? Explain. Now, here we have 3x plus 8 minus 9 equals negative 5. Now, the first thing here we have to do is get rid of this negative 9 to get our absolute value by itself. So we have to add 9 to both sides. From here, we're left with the absolute value of 3x plus 8 is equal to negative 5 plus 9 is 4. So here, since our absolute value does not equal a negative number, it's perfectly fine. So when someone says this particular absolute value equation has no solution, it's not correct. It actually does. You just have to isolate your absolute value first. So if we go ahead and solve this, we still split it up into 3x plus 8 is equal to 4, and our second one is 3x plus 8 is equal to negative 4. Okay? Subtract 8 on both sides. 3x is equal to 4 minus 8 is negative 4, and then divide by 3. And we're left with x is equal to negative 4/3. That's one of our solutions. Same thing on this side, subtract 8 on both sides. 3x is equal to negative 4 minus 8 is negative 12. Divide by 3. And we're left with x is equal to negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. That's our second solution. Alright, number 5. For a poetry contest, the minimum length of a poem is 16 lines. The maximum length is 32. Write an absolute value equation that represents the minimum and the maximum length. Alright, so here, if you draw your number line, 16 was our minimum. Our maximum was 32. Now, if I want the entire distance from 16 to 32, that is the distance of 16. Right in the middle is 24. So from the middle, I have to go out by 8 to get to 32, and I have to go 8 to get to 16 from 24 in the opposite direction. So from here, I can get my absolute value equation. It's the absolute value of x minus the number in the middle, 24, is equal to the amount that you went out by. In this case is 8. And that's it. Alright, number 6 and 7, we're going to do something similar that we did to number 5. So here it's just asking you to write the absolute value equation with the given solution. Right? So here, draw your number line from 8 to 18. Again, the total distance from 8 to 18 is 10. So right in the middle, I have to go in by 5, so that's 13. So I went out by 5 and out by 5 in each direction. So from here, it's the absolute value of x minus the number in the middle, which is 13, equals the amount that you went out by, which is 5. Same thing for number 7. From negative 6 to 10. From negative 6 to 0, that's 6. And then from 0 to 10, that's 10. So that's 16 in total. Right in the middle, if I split this in half, it's 8 and 8. So that would be 2. And that's it. The absolute value of x minus the number in the middle, which is 2, is equal to the distance that you went in each direction, which is 8. Alright guys, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll get to them as quickly as I can.